This is the most bullish indication ever recorded. I assure you that you must see this video. After years of anticipation, the Xrp Etf will finally start trading. Finally, Ripple's Xrp is now well known throughout the world. Experts in cryptocurrency are even forecasting that Xrp may soon reach $35,000. Quite awesome, isn't it? Let's dissect it. You'll be blown away by this video. Disclaimer: a significant milestone is drawing near, and the Xrp community is a hive of activity. The Xrp Etf will formally start trading tomorrow, according to Whale Insider. This is more than simply another headline for Xrp. It's a watershed moment that might pave the way for widespread adoption. What is the significance of an ETF then? Consider it this way. Investors can now purchase a box containing Xrp in place of the actual cryptocurrency. An ETF allows you to invest in Xrp without having to worry about wallets, exchanges, or private keys, much like when you purchase a fruit basket rather than individual apples and oranges. It's a straightforward and controlled entry point into the cryptocurrency space. James Seifert, an ETF expert for Bloomberg, pointed out that this ETF will have a different structure from the offerings of Bitcoin and Ethereum. The Xrp ETF will function under a registered investment company framework, which may make it more appealing to traditional investors than alternatives that use a trust-like basis. This detail is important because banks, hedge funds, retirement accounts, and institutional participants all choose trustworthy, regulated frameworks. And what impact does this have on the price of Xrp? Because demand increases with accessibility. Big institutions that were previously unable to deal with Xrp because of custody or regulatory issues, as well as retail investors who were first wary, now have a simple on-ramp. Since the fund needs to retain Xrp in order to support its shares, each additional dollar entering the ETF represents indirect buying pressure on Xrp. Nor is this ETF debut occurring in a vacuum. On October 13th, Xrp and Solana options will go live on the CME Group, one of the largest derivatives marketplaces in the world. In all honesty, Giovanni Vicioso, the global head of crypto products at CME, said it best. For traders ranging from active individual players to institutional investors, these new options are providing more freedom. More items translate into more stability, deeper liquidity, and ultimately a more robust market. Together, the introduction of the Xrp Etf, the CME's growth, and Xrp's recent legal clarification following its SEC dispute provide a clear image of a coin that is at last making its way into the major leagues of conventional finance. This is structural growth, not simply hype. To be honest, the Xrp Etf might serve as a potent catalyst. Similar to how Bitcoin's ETF listings witnessed inflows that drove up prices, Xrp might see a similar spike. Given that supply is limited and demand is increasing, basic economics predicts that prices will rise. This is where things start to become pretty interesting. Experts in cryptocurrency have already shared their predictions, and believe me, you will be astounded by what is about to happen. To be honest, you're not ready for the figures they're discussing. You'll completely understand why so many people think this could be Xrp's biggest breakout yet after you hear them. Xrp has always had its share of believers and dreamers, but in recent years the predictions have gotten so far that they seem nearly unbelievable. One member on X, Xrp Queen, used the succinct but impactful phrase, Xrp to the moon, to encapsulate the spirit of the community. Another, Amonix, reassured followers that they would be rewarded for their patience. These posts support the rising sentiment that Xrp's time is coming, and that long-term holders' patience may finally pay off. Then the shocker arrived. As noted by Jack the Rippler, Xrp experienced a brief spike to an incredible $9,864 on one exchange before plummeting once more. The occurrence sparked wild conjecture about what Xrp may accomplish under the right circumstances, even if it was probably a bug or a liquidity issue. By revealing that Wall Street analysts call Xrp objectives between $10,000 and $35,000, Finance Bro stoked the fires even more. These kinds of numbers may seem improbable, yet they have gone viral and captured the interest of cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Crypto analyst The Real Remy Relief added to the excitement by predicting that if we continue on this run, 1,000 XRP will arrive sooner than you might have imagined. He suggested in his message that investors transfer XRP to cold wallets for security. He also hinted at a future in which XRP would act as the foundation of international finance when he said, "Ripple XRP is the new Fed Treasury." With 59.7 billion coins in circulation, XRP is now trading at about $3. This makes it challenging to mathematically support projections of $1,000 or even $10,000. At $1,000, XRP's market value would be close to $60 trillion, which is more than the current size of the world economy. Either a significant reduction in supply or global adoption of XRP as a reserve currency would be required for that to occur. Nevertheless, forecasts such as these are crucial. They pique interest, encourage hope, and maintain community involvement in uncertain times. It's not all fantasy either. The ecosystem surrounding XRP is growing. Its legal disputes are mostly over, and its significance in international payments keeps growing. Even while four-figure price objectives are still out of reach, the ETF launch and CME options give it greater respectability and generate genuine momentum that can lead to consistent increases. Balance is the most important lesson for investors. Large sums like $1,000 or $35,000 make headlines, but they should be viewed as hypothetical situations rather than certain results. The fact that XRP is at last entering the financial mainstream is more significant. The optimism is infectious, but long-term believers will succeed if they combine it with risk management, patience, and research. Let's now discuss Ripple's international collaborations. Behind the scenes, Ripple is subtly transforming the global financial infrastructure in addition to making moves in the cryptocurrency space. In all honesty, this may be the most positive indication for XRP that we have ever seen. I appreciate you watching. Please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment with your questions or comments if you found the information useful and enjoyable. Last but not least, remember to subscribe.